We're going to go to Marielle Mohs, who was able to talk with a witness who says that they escaped the gunman. Marielle, what can you tell us?
Yeah, good morning, Heather. So we're actually in downtown Minneapolis right now, where this witness works to catch up with him after he saw or he heard these gunshots ring out this morning on his way to work. He lives in the Armitage neighborhood, not many blocks from where this shooting took place at Annunciation School. Here's what he had to say of what he heard this morning around 8:20 this morning.
There was two cars in front of us that just stopped in front of the school. So we were like the third car behind. And I saw a man running up the street the other way, and he was frantically running, like he was running for his life. And so that kind of alerted me that something was wrong. We heard probably about 15 to 20 gunshots in about 30 seconds. So we just booked it. We took a left. We jumped on Harriet. You know, we drove by and we said, "Are you okay? Do you want to come in the car with us?" And he said, "Yes, yes, please." He's like, "Someone's shooting at me. Someone's shooting at me." And so we get in the car and we just ask him what's going on. He said that a man dressed in all black was firing shots, and he didn't see anything else besides what he was wearing, but he hit the ground. His hands were all beat up from hitting the ground so hard. Then he got up and he said, "I have to start running. I have to go."
So, learning more about what this person witnessed, he said that this runner got in his car and he brought him to safety to his home. He said that because the runner was running outside the school and saw this gunman, I asked him, "Well, was this shooting taking place outside?" And the runner told this witness that the gunman was shooting in the parking lot near the school. Again, police will, I'm sure, confirm all of this later, but this is just what the runner told this witness who heard the gunshots. And another thing that this witness told us, he said that police arrived within seconds of these gunshots ringing out from all directions, and that was definitely the most comforting thing for him as someone who lives near the school. He was really proud to see how fast the first response was to this incident.
Right. And Marielle, we know that this school is right on the border of Richfield and Minneapolis, so you know it's in an area that would have a large police department nearby to be able to get there closely. So thank you for that information as we move forward here. Marielle Mohs for us live in downtown Minneapolis. Once again, I do want to remind people that as this early information comes in, as these early witness reports come in, we really have to take a lot of this with a grain of salt. We are trying our very best here to vet the information as it comes in. So we do expect to hear more coming in from Minneapolis police in just a bit. But you just, no matter what you heard from that man was just the fear that people had as they heard these gunshots outside of a church, outside of a school.
And that's going to be a really important part of the puzzle, Heather. It's talking with other witnesses, Minneapolis police, ATF, FBI. They're going to want to talk with everyone who may have left the scene to really paint the picture as far as what happened. So again, it's going to take some time before we kind of know everything that unfolded as police continue to talk to witnesses. But right now, the focus has got to be on those victims and everyone who is at that school or everyone who may be at the hospital who is hopefully going to be okay. We know that's not the case, unfortunately. Again, 2 people dead. We understand up to 20 victims in the shooting that took place at a Catholic school right here in Minneapolis, Annunciation School.